There doesn't seem to be much time in the diary at the moment, does there, to put other content out other than ranking movers at the moment, because it's ranking event, ranking event, ranking event. And this is the last stop before the World Darts Championship. Tomorrow we'll be having a little look at like the seedings for the World Championship based on the Players' Championship finals, who's got the chance to move up, who's got the chance to progress before the World Championships. This video though is looking at those players that was in this event a couple of years ago who aren't this year, which means they're ultimately going to drop down the rankings. Now this is a little bit different. This is the highest turnover event on the calendar and one of the most spread in regards to the prize fund. This in the UK Open. That's because 64 players will be taking part in Minehead, which means some of the drops aren't going to be that big this time round, but some of them could be quite big, quite massive, or open the door for potential drops down the rankings, and for some, losses of tour cards. And some of the players have already lost cards. Take a look at this list. The likes of Steve Beaton, Lee Evans, Roby John Rodriguez, Boris Critchmar, Daniel Close, Simon Whitlock, to name a few. Players who have since this event gone on to lose their tour card. We've got people on the other side of this, the likes of Connor Scott, the likes of Christian Kist, who have gained new tour cards since this event, but was in this a couple of years ago. So not everybody you'll see on this list from a couple of years ago is relevant to the ranking money changes that are going to be coming. Jose de Sousa, though, he's going to find this quite an interesting event. Again, he loses ranking money. We talked about him potentially losing his card now for a couple of years. It looks likely. The only way he saves his card now is by making it through to the World Championship and having a deep run at that event, which the form line suggests is probably a little bit unlikely right now. He went in out this event a couple of years ago in the opening round stage, so £3,000 coming off his Order of Merit again. He lost 6-5 to Kevin Doots. He's in trouble. We thought this was coming on the channel. I see people say, oh, last time Matt didn't mention Jose this time, but I think this is the one. I think this is the time. Does he get his tour card back at Q School? I don't know. I mean, he's played okay at times. He's put some good performances in. It'd be an interesting story to follow moving forward. Another one moving forward, though, Dimitri Bergh. He's got some interesting times ahead of him, hasn't he? He went out in the third round stage of this a couple of years ago, £10,000 coming off his Order of Merit. He beat Jim Williams, Gary Anderson, before losing out to James Wade 10-6 in the third round stage. 23rd at the moment in the world rankings. Due to go down probably 1 or 2 spaces at this event. The UK Open next year is the key, because right now he's not got his seeding, as in regard to European tours. He'd have to go to the qualifier. Dimitri Bergh's a player here who could be in trouble of taking a significant drop, because once he starts losing his positions in the top 32, it could start dropping down the rankings quite quickly. That UK Open money is going to hurt him. He needs to pick form up, he needs to pick it up fast, because then he's got to qualify for things like the World Championship. Then you start losing even more money. Dimitri's in trouble. He's in trouble. He needs to recover quickly. Did just reach a quarter-final on the Pro Tour. Jim Williams, someone we just mentioned there, losing out to Dimitri Bergh. He was in the first round stage. He qualified as the 34th ranked player in this event a couple of years ago. Lost 6-4 in the opening game. More money coming off his ranking, not in the World Championships as things stand, likely to lose his tour card, and he's a player that I don't think is too bothered about losing his tour card. We know he's got other interests outside of darts. That kind of takes priority for Jim Williams. He's enjoyed his time on the tour, I'm sure, but it looks like that time might be coming to an end very, very soon. Kim Huybrechts is getting close to that point as well, isn't he, of the top 64 positions. He qualified as number 32 in this a few years ago, reaching the third round stage, beat Martin Schindler 6-5, Gerwen Price by 6 legs to 1, before losing out to Stephen Bunting 10-8 in the third round. £10,000 coming off the Order of Merit for Kim Huybrechts, 51st at the moment in the world rankings, but will drop. Will probably drop 3 places, maybe more, so could come out of Minehead number 54. So the World Championships will be very, very important for Kim Huybrechts and his hopes of staying in the top 64 for a bit longer. Probably at one point we looked at Kim maybe going back towards the top 32, so a bit surprising to see him in this predicament. I reckon he could have a decent year next year. He's always there or thereabouts, isn't he? But someone who's there or thereabouts at the latter end of the tournament, the big end of the tournament. Michael van Gerwen was at the big end of this tournament a couple of years ago. He reached a final. Lost out to Luke Humphries on that occasion by 11 legs to 9. Came into it as the number 40 on the Players' Championship Order of Merit, but he's number 3 in regards to the world rankings. But an interesting couple of months ahead for Michael van Gerwen. He is not not in the Players' Championship finals, which means he cannot defend the money from a couple of years ago. Reaching the final earned him £60,000. That's coming off. Then he's got the World Championships as well, where another big chunk of money could be coming off. There's a world here with the increased prize money. If Michael van Gerwen doesn't have a good World Championship, could come out of the World top 4, which would mean he's not a guaranteed pick no more for the Premier League. That being said, Michael van Gerwen would be selected. I'm pretty sure they're not going to not select Michael van Gerwen. But it was a genuine threat here for Michael that he could come outside the world's top 4 over the next couple of months. There are players as well here defending big runs, the likes of Luke Woodhouse, who reached the quarterfinals, someone who's been gaining a lot of ranking money in recent times, defending a big slice of prize money for the first time in an event that doesn't dish out that much unless you go on these deep runs. So there's going to be a lot of interesting ranking movers and twisters. We're going to cover that video tomorrow. This video is about the ones that are guaranteed that they can't defend the ranking money, and we've got some players there that are going to be dropping, could be dropping a little bit further depending on other results. Come back tomorrow, hit that subscribe, where we'll be looking at that, and also we're going to make some predictions. I've got a little prediction to make Friday morning for you, ready for the afternoon session. Catch you soon.